All right, let's just dive right in. Welcome to today's explainer. We're looking at a really fascinating concept today, the architecture of lasting fulfillment. Because let's be honest, we live in a world where rise and grind isn't just a catchy phrase anymore, right? It's literally our default operating system. We're constantly told to hustle harder, climb the ladder faster, and leave this massive mark on the world. And it is absolutely exhausting trying to keep up with that pace. So today, we're going to use this text to deconstruct what true fulfillment actually means. We'll look at the blueprint of our lives and ask ourselves, are the structures we're building actually designed to make us happy or just to make us look busy?
Which brings us to this massive question. Does success actually guarantee lasting fulfillment? Because man, it is so incredibly easy to get caught up in the allure of societal acclaim. You know the drill. We see the trophies, the huge office promotions, the perfect social media posts, the follower counts going through the roof, and we naturally assume reaching those towering summits equals happiness. It's a quick dopamine hit. You get a promotion, your brain lights up, and you think, okay, I've finally made it. But as we really dig into the source material today, we find the answer is way more complicated than a simple yes. True fulfillment actually operates on a completely different frequency than basic success. Let's break down exactly why.
Section 1, the external validation trap.
So for those of us wanting to leave an enduring mark, it is ridiculously easy to get completely trapped in this relentless pursuit of outside approval. We start building our architecture not on what we truly value, but on what we think will get the loudest applause from the crowd. The author points out that the allure of wealth, power, and societal acclaim can be absolutely blinding. And hey, we're socially conditioned to want these things. But here's the critical distinction the text makes. It calls these ephemeral triumphs. Think about that word, ephemeral, fleeting, transitory. The source argues that even if you climb to the absolute highest peaks of success, those specific external triumphs almost never quench your soul's thirst for genuine fulfillment. Think about that classic trope of the billionaire CEO who dominates their industry but wakes up feeling totally empty on the inside. You can have literally all the wealth and power in the world and still feel completely disconnected from your own life.
Section 2, sacrificing the present moment. So what's the actual cost of all this relentless ambition? Well, we need to slow down for a second here, because this is where the real danger lies. It's not just that external success might not fulfill you, it's what you're actively giving up while you chase it. The text puts it exactly like this. Individuals may inadvertently sacrifice the present moment for the promise of a future legacy. I really want you to let that sink in. How often do we do exactly this? Picture yourself at the dinner table with your family. You're physically there, but mentally, you're 5 years in the future, stressing over a career plan or frantically answering emails under the table. We trade the only thing we actually possess, which is today, right now, this exact breathing moment, for a hypothetical tomorrow that we aren't even guaranteed to see. It's the ultimate tragedy of unchecked ambition. We literally lose the beautiful reality of today for the vaporous promise of a legacy. Moving on to Section 3, cultivating true inner joy. Now, if that external validation trap is the problem, the text introduces us to the antidote. We're all facing this constant daily tug of war between two opposing forces. On one side, you've got external achievements, material possessions, social status, and those ephemeral triumphs we talked about. But on the flip side, you have inner growth, meaningful relationships, personal passions, and spiritual connection. And the source warns us that relentlessly chasing the external often completely eclipses the cultivation of the internal. It's really a matter of bandwidth. If you're standing way too close to the glaring spotlight of social status, you're inevitably casting a long, dark shadow over your meaningful relationships. If you're spending literally all your energy trying to acquire material possessions, you're actively starving your personal passions to feed that machine. True happiness and contentment, they don't live on a stage or in a bank account. They reside in the quiet recesses of your being, and they require intentional cultivation. It all ultimately boils down to this fundamental trade-off: temporary gratification versus lasting peace. The text is super clear that external achievements definitely have a role to play. They give us that temporary gratification. It feels great to be recognized, but it's a quick fix. It's kind of like a sugar rush, right? You get this sudden spike of energy, but the crash is inevitable, and it just leaves you hungry for the next hit. Lasting peace, though, is completely different. According to the source material, lasting peace is more like a slow-cooked, deeply nourishing meal. It takes real time, patience, and the hard, quiet work of inner growth and self-discovery to prepare. But it sustains you through the difficult seasons of life in a way that a quick burst of societal applause simply never could. That brings us to Section 4, harmony for a life well lived. So, where exactly does that leave us? Are we supposed to just abandon all our ambitious goals, pack up our stuff, and go sit in silence on a mountain somewhere? No, not at all. The goal isn't rejection. The goal is synthesis. Here's the exact definition derived from the text. A life well lived is the harmony between one's inner world and external experiences. It's entirely about balance. It's understanding that you can absolutely interact with the external world, strive for excellence, and achieve incredible goals, but those pursuits have to be in perfect harmony with your inner world. If your career success requires you to abandon your core values, well, the harmony is broken. This deep internal harmony is the only thing that actually transcends the fleeting temporary nature of worldly accomplishments.
Okay, so how do we actually build this into our daily routines? The source leaves us with 3 distinct, incredibly practical steps to achieve this harmony. First up, prioritize personal growth. This means dedicating just as much time to reading, reflecting, and understanding yourself as you do to professional networking or skill building. Second, cultivate gratitude. A super practical way to do this is just writing down one single thing you're genuinely thankful for after a really brutal workday. It immediately grounds you in the present moment and fights back against that urge to sacrifice today for tomorrow. And third, foster meaningful connections. Seriously, put the phone away, look people in the eye, and invest deeply in the people around you. Because those robust relationships, they are the true, enduring architecture of lasting peace.
I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought to take with you today. Take a really hard look at the architecture of your own life right now. Look honestly at exactly where you spend your time, your focus, and your energy. Are you merely building a legacy, a cold monument for other people to look at when you're gone? Or are you building a life well lived, a harmonious, joyful experience for yourself right here, right now? Take a moment to truly reflect on that. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.